All right, way better. All right, hi everyone. We're gonna go ahead and get started with another coding tutorial. So please, pens, paper, get your notes and everything together, and we will go ahead and start. So it's 3:49 now. We'll start at exactly like 3:52. I know that's a portal function, right? It's a little bit off, but just let me get some water and set this up. Okay, so let's get started. All right, let me put this away. All right, let me go ahead and get something to drink real quick. So for this coding tutorial, this I'm going to put on my Patreon afterwards. I'll just like enlist it and put it on there for my patrons so if they want to follow up. And then there's something here. Thank you. Oh, by the way, for those of you guys who are content creators, and your content is being put in like different apps and stuff like that, like Seven Volmar, putting everyone's like spiritual information and books in that like app. He plays with that whole group of aliens that I told you about kidnapping and raping people's kids. Make sure that you use a specific spell. You know how to use those interfaces and put it on your work. So it doesn't matter where they get it from, it gets tracked because the feds are going to start raiding everyone for that because they put out another platform, stealing everyone's work and starting shit to try to make money last minute. The whites and the aliens and like the banished ones and the delusional ones and the fake ones. I mean, they're like made from like whatever group of nonsense. Let's get started on this. So for the chem code system today, we're going to be talking about environments. Environments, and there's three, right? We got two in as well. And this one instead of two in as well, this one is specifically, he is there too, I can be there as well, right? It's specifically, he was there too, I can be there as well. Or I was there too, he can be here as well, right? For environments, right? And then database and environments. And then there's something in space called an environment that triggers the creation of a database. That's called this Y career. It's like this Y career base. And then there's like something where an environment, a database can then program the environment. That's called a quacker base. Now, what's the difference? So a database, basically, like an environment is what we are on right now. In order to go on like line and stuff like that, you have to access a specific environment. That environment is Windows or Mac or whatever, right? Or a ThinkPad or something like that. So now one of the things that and that's how they got caught up because his job perfect immediately, you see? So now what's happening here is, or Linux, right? Right, those are environments. So now we have something called a database, and then that database and like servers, right? So you also have something where you can have a server that creates a database and environment. Oh, it's all how you code it. Right. And these will be for like, this is for like the difference between, oh, I'm using this platform to just code like a bacteria and code cells. That's like server a database in the environment or server environment database, right? You as a human being, you're the server. I'm coding this like database or environment, and it's going to create another environment or different database, right? To adjust the disease, to maintain like your chemical sequences, to like that. That's how you would use these now, right? So if you're going to go database and environment, right? Like right? So then a database would be like if I go online, which is like a specific type of server, like versus Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft, Mozilla, Safari. Those are like different type of like servers with databases, right? So because they have a different type of function between the few of them, it's just like really image, but they all get to into a specific other environment, which is the internet. Right. So is the computer containing the internet, or is the internet containing the computer? Whoa, now that's magic. It is. Is the computer containing the internet, or is the internet containing the computer? Is it an innie or an outie? Is it an innie or an outie? Thank you. So what's on my computer? Be careful what the fuck you open. That's why porn. Why do I feel like this when I watch the porno site? Is there a magic on the whoa? So, but you went on my site, right? The RW Health Tech, and you guys are getting like downloads from that stuff and using it because somebody completely healed herself of like a specific STD that was given to her unfairly, and her whole hip was on that website, and that's why the government tried to shut it down. Yeah. So what did I do here? She was on a specific server to have her DNA carry down these specific peptides and Okazaki fragments, level 6 Okazaki fragments. Herpes is number 2. When you eat processed food, that's number 4 for Okazaki fragments, breakages in your DNA, right? So she was on that server. So I coded a specific environment around that server to then change all the other databases connected to her organs, because each organ has a date. Do you see now, right? So this system that we're bringing here, it's like these are the type of things that we're talking about and like we're teaching so that people understand the origin of the internet and why it's about to break and why white people have no business coming near me about anything with tech. And why ChatGTP is the last thing that you guys are going to have fun with online. Go play games and show everyone that you've been playing it in everyone's server and hacking everyone and starting shit while we're focused on this and you're going to jail and getting raided. And great. Bring the bolani or bring that chimichurri. And I like paneer. Yeah, I like aloo paneer. Yeah, just gluten-free, sister, maybe. Or use this type of flour that is missing all over India because they're using it for Chiang in Asia. So yeah, because we're going to get together as a community, break bread, and we're going to code. So now some of my Indian brothers and sisters, the Hindus, they're wondering like, okay, what happened to our like speech and what happened to our coding? Why is it just Kemet and Maya? You guys had a coding system. It broke because you gave it to the Aryans. And then you betrayed the Ardavasi and the Dravidian people, the darks and the dark ones and the Argabandawa people. They're all missing. Yeah, with that whole caste system, that your caste system was the original coding system. So if I bring back the original caste system, it's going to be a coding system, right? I'll show you that type of code. Sting script wasn't how you coded it. It's like it was a sentient type of system. It was like for phytochemicals, keeping the what's that river called? Not the Tigris. What river is that's a huge one? That was the server. Yeah, and it got poisoned and destroyed. How? Right. So that was the server that served all of India. You guys had all kind of things growing, different interfaces, all kinds of stuff. And then the Aryans came, they targeted you. They came from space. Right. And then they destroyed India twice because there's a bunch of missing information between when they came the first time and the planet went to sleep and when they came the second time as British. Exactly. So you're gonna see how that started, but there's an opportunity for here for you to reclaim yourself with Anandi Bai and fixing chemistry and biotech. Because Anandi Bai, it's like you're saving grace in that, and that's why a lot of Indian people got fucking banished playing any game with me. Because Anandi Bai helped create Nag Champa. She's the one that wrote that chemical sequence, and you guys started way too much shit. That's why when that guy, that fake one, went to go copy Babaji's recipe, do you notice? You could tell which one. Okay, because there's a spell on it. Thank you. Anandi Bai in space. Right. So, okay, there we go. That's all you need to know. Let's keep on going. So how this coding system works, you guys can go looking into this, but it's like, it just shows you like, you identify the conduit, right? Like, okay, is it my hardware or software, my phone or my laptop? You want to look into like what hardware or software that you're like going to be talking or targeting, right? With like whatever you're trying to make. You're going to look into the memory upgrades, into the design, like, okay, where does this code go? How do I work with this interface? What new UI or UX like frames do I need for this? And then you're going to go ahead and implement that by adding the code in, running different tests on the servers. But here, this is where we're talking about environments and stuff like that. This is where my code comes in. So in order for you to code anything with my this coding system, I have to edit your environment. And this is why all these coding systems are about to go obsolete, because all of them are based on witchcraft and magic and playing with people of color and rape and pedophilia. Watch what I do. So let me show you this, the coding languages. Let me go down here first. And let me show you the primary coding languages on the planet. There's a few, but they all fall into these categories, right? Now, if I put astrology on here in the tarot, you're going to go sit down and realize that I'm actually Hebrew. Hebrew 118 times. Thank you. So now, whoa, if you're Jewish, then you're what? I mean, if you're Hasidic, then you're never a Jew. You're never Hebrew. But if you're like Libby Shap and a few other people, Farron and a few other women that were targeted in Auschwitz, you were Hebrew 4 times. If you were like those group of people in what they call Palestine that were being targeted and everyone has their photo because of a fucking manifesto that was put out by Theodore Herschel for Zionism, you're Jewish 18 times. If you were in Kenya or Sudan or Ethiopia, those places, and you're not Sabrina Dihawi or the banished serpent of the Ikrikai side, right? Then you're Jewish, you're Hebrew 118 times. If you're not the Kasaun and you're not a Cushite and you're not Adamar and whoever the fuck playing games, then you're Jewish about 122 times. Thank you. If you're not that family playing with Ilhan Omar in Minnesota, and you're Ethiopian or Sudanese or from that part of Africa or you're Ugandan, you're Hebrew 124 times. Thank you. If you're Nigerian, you're Hebrew 126 times. If you sleep with the Yoruba, you're Hebrew 124 times. If you play with rituals, you're not Hebrew at all. If you're Wamehia, you're not Hebrew. If you play with them, that's done. You start shit with them, that's done. Now, this is what's going to say if you're Hebrew or not, if you're Igbo. Are you going to eat that soup of pounded yam or eba? Hey, that's how you're going to know if you're Hebrew or not. Now knowing you now, chaos, exactly. That's it, Wahmekia. Eba, even though it's a very good thing for certain foods, actually, eba is medicinal with egusi. It strips your stomach clean of any type of like, disease, or if you ate any gripe or magic, that's what it was for, eba. But the Wahmekias got stuck with it. So they say it's a, yeah. Yeah. Well, now actually, so anyways, now HTML, right? One of the first coding languages that was built off of creating specific portals, starting with slavery, sacrificing certain people, making deals with certain groups of people. If I can use your speech and do this and that, I could quote a portal to do this and this and that, because the computer is old. This version of the computer is like what my kids play with in space. They're like 3 or 4. That's like Hebrew number like 17. That's like basic to know this type of portal warfare. Right. So they had to sacrifice and kill a bunch of people to play with the spiral and the phytochemical that they had in their plant body, or a server capacity and function that they had in their etheric body. Because we can host servers. I'm a server and a database. And then I do what? You connect to my server, my database, and then you get my quick channeled messages or my teaching, and then you create your own server and database by processing it in your server and in your environment, and then creating your own and ascending, you see? Okay. So they target certain people. That's why a lot of people on the internet playing spiritual. What's your server like? I don't have one. Yeah, you don't. What's your database like? I don't have one at all. Thank you. What coding language? I don't have one. There you go. That's shit you can't get with rituals and magic. Oh, okay. So HTML was the first coding language, right? HTML. Then with like colors and like basic web pages, like MySpace and stuff like that. MySpace too, like we saw the internet a little bit like ascend in front of us with Java. That's like YouTube running a specific type of like function that will allow like the video to play and move the pixels around in real time. That's like, they would call something like that like a type of necromancy. How are you animating something that doesn't have life and it's moving all about? Whoa, that's the octopus. You guys heard about Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, that book? That's one of my favorite books. He was on a chemical server. That's necrosancia. The whole federation died because of that. That was half of India. They gave them a specific metal to cook with, and then they used their life force to drive the growth of those necrosancia beings that Dr. Fauci is selling everyone's like limbs for. So all this, you can get taller, you can get these surgeries to get taller. Those are necrosancia limbs. Yeah. Ooh. Oh. Java, the octopus. So think about the timeline. I'm around 1100, right? So now, HTML was just like a speech and chemicals, right? We take this body, we'll use your magic. Okay, great. Ooh, we lost all our food. We lost our melanin. You didn't tell us that. I can't do any magic anymore. Oh, we have to find another group. Asians went to the to Tibet, Angkor Wat imploded. Kemet never started there. Different parts of Africa, that wasn't even possible. Playing in Maya Aztec line, they all just left the planet. Playing games with the native people, they didn't even understand that, and they just blasted them with magic. They're called the Mahashana. That's done. They couldn't even stay over here. So then they started running Yeah. So then think about that, storing all this, getting killed, can't find a body, da, 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 and then finding a specific type of magic from a group of banished bitches because a spell broke when we were born, me and my twin and a few other high priestesses on this planet. Right. Octopus Federation. And it's Octopus Federation, a specific type of light body, and Zorzai. Because when we were born on the planet, it opened up a portal. Who brought them down? So that's HTML and Java. That's when the portals like started like breaking and like, oh, okay, shit, we have to keep on doing more rituals because everyone got caught playing like this. So they had to use a certain octopus to keep the internet up. After speech and chemicals. Speech is what I showed you with the geometric patterning, right? So years of rituals, right, enslavement, Silk Road, Anacayona, exterminating all the Arawaks, causing hella fucking drama with all the natives, killing everyone. Okay, here we go. The 70s. What started in the 70s? War on drugs, sterilizations, the 60s and 70s. War on drugs, sterilization, the first round of like drugs and crack and shit like that. A bunch of programmed food, Levitt towns. It's 4 p.m. Atlanta saw this perfectly. Kids going missing, the Atlanta shelter murders. All those kids and all those people were a specific zodiac sign. It's Aries and it's Leo and it's a specific air, Aquarius or Libra. Always Aquarius or Libra. That's where all these kids started going missing, right? So then that helped us create Java and then CSS and C or C++ or C++. That's where we get these coding languages up until like the 80s and 90s. Rituals, people going to jail, mass incarceration. How did they even get here from Java to CSS and C++? Little Kim and them. The 80s and the 90s, killing everyone, kidnapping women, dog pound, all of that. That's how they got to CSS and C++, because look at the timeline, though, and look at the bodies piling up and getting exposed right now. Adina Howard, all them, that's CSS and C++. These bitches think that they're famous because the aliens said, that's how we did this, because you set people up and started shit after running their bodies in space, and how do I get a hamburger? Set all of them up in space. Set all of them up on planet Earth. Okay, hey, come right, he's pulling in the studio, all three of them gone. Python, right? And PHP, it's octopus and a serpent. Where'd you get the serpent? After we set these people up, we captured 3 or 4 serpents that helped us set up all the other serpents. Those 3 or 4 serpents is Nargis, Ikrufaisha, Duduquainesha, right? And Kufahaikayasaya. Those are their names. Excuse me? Those are the original serpents that they got to set up all these people just to get to HTML. Then they brought them out of hiding like, oh shit, we brought them to the planet. I don't know if it's cool, safe, because I can get hit. Well, let's just run a few more rituals and call it like perm and call it like project housing and San Francisco in the 80s and shit like that, and the war on drugs and crack epidemic and big ass gold hoop earrings and Trujillo and shit like that in between. Python, not PHP, and moving forward, all the way forward, drama, gerbodes, side shows and shit like that. That's how they created this. The next round was recently, 2006 to now, where all these rappers were getting female set up, playing with the Fed, starting hella shit, setting niggas up to get organ traffic, because that's when it really started, 2004 to up until now, when it really blew the fuck up. That's how they created these 3 languages, because it's off the chemicals, phytochemicals. Oh, if we can like play in your energy, we can go to this planet that people don't really know about. Ooh, and then go get plants and shit like that, wearing your face after we sacrificed you. Oh, it says that you passed away on planet Earth. Oh no, I'm still there. Okay, ooh, shit. And getting chemicals, getting pharmaceuticals and shit like that to run chemical servers, because they shut so much magic down on the planet that we can only run certain websites from space. If I close that portal, the internet stops. Okay, that's Node.js, the chemicals, the octopus, and the serpent. Which serpents right now? Your serpent. They kidnapped them and then you fell off. That's how a bunch of women got put into hentai, sex work. That's how a bunch of women, yeah, oh, look at me. I'm just like, I'm a little like, well, listening with all my pussy out and my boobies out and stuff like that. That nonsense, the Martians started to what? Play with the specific type of serpent called Poiny. Yeah, from like ancient China. She's Chinese. Poiny created Cantonese and what you call Mandarin, right? And half of Korean. Whoa, because the Korean is only a Japanese that lost himself. Thank you. So then what ended up happening was Poiny gave up her serpent to build this Node.js Go and React by playing with everyone else's serpent, by running certain number sequences, environments around them. There's a war, I don't see it, because look at this. But they couldn't see. That's how slavery got started, Poiny. All of them came together to start this all the way up. They hide and come back every now and then. They have to hide in languages. And then when they come out, people always know. So they hide in books and languages. So as long as you're speaking it, that's it. But the funny thing is, some of us were forced to speak that language, so it didn't activate. Fuck. So let us create clones that only have this language that they can speak, not the hyperdimensional, that where God just splits nonsense out of your body just by speaking. Right. Oh, so now we're seeing like years and years of Afghanistan, 2 tours. The Afghanistan and Iraq war, no JS came right after that. Ooh, shit, or C++ came right after that. Afghanistan and Iraq wars, right? Then we see the Rohingya Muslims, and then all of a sudden we have a new one, React and all chat GTP. Uruguay Muslims, all of a sudden, that's Pliny targeting people. And the last of these are Godwanwal that were like manipulated and didn't see what happened to the people on the planet. Okay, so then let's keep on moving though. We have mass incarceration, the war on drugs. What happened at the border? Yani and Huey, that didn't really work because the Spanish had mixed themselves up with the indigenous. Because the Spanish, what they're looking for in the Spanish is the astrology. I'm the only one. Because the Spanish got involved in enslavement. Aha, they were hyperdimensional. They're brown. They got involved in the enslavement of the black, which is the octopus magic. So they lost their hyperdimensional speak and speak pernil, the language of pigs, ours. Right. So then what ended up happening was the Latin, they cannot activate Spanish, which is like a chemical force. Because that's what I write in astrology. The way I change your astrology chart and write astrology and magic is Spanish. People didn't know that. It's hyperdimensional Spanish. You guys seen Siempre Bruja, Carmen Eguiluz? That's about like 12 down from the Spanish that you have to speak to program chemicals in astrology. How did that end up on TV? Eguiluz, that means the woman who runs with the water spirit. She didn't even know that. And you guys are playing like that with aliens, like bringing stuff from space, like come and play in TV and you don't even know you get captured in your car. Thank you. Right. So we're seeing years and years of rituals and shit just blowing the fuck up. Now sex workers, buzz down billion in them and everyone getting murdered and playing in the lab. That's to make this the next like coding language. That's to pull all this together. And like now we're in Kemet because we'll take her system. By sacrificing so many people, it will go against her octopus. And then look, are you stupid? Right. But the funny thing is my system has all this in one. All this is just Kemet. This is just Chem, like one. This is so outdated and like broken. So classification of the war portal, internet and its functions, false code systems. They use the serpent. The serpent carries number sequences. Bugudwasai, that's how they play with calculus. Pliny created calculus and the Martian and the Asian man with a small dick. Not the Higigainai, the royal family. The Martian that can't reproduce. Because her thing is like, you think you're better than me because you're a man, but I created you, so you're gonna just like, it's like her, like she thinks it's a joke, like it's funny, like, oh, you're also a woman too. Like, what do you mean? You'll see. And then she'll just like run off to like in her serpent body and like playing with hella magic and starting shit. Yeah, there's Tufaka Naisai. She was from ancient what you call Anchor Wat. Yeah, her head is vicious playing with that speech and these crystals, baby. I whooped her ass so many times she sat down. What can I do for you, queen? She's unraveling all nonsense. These are the females that started what you call that burqa in Islam. Yeah, they're the ones that started that Kaaba going backwards. Whoa. Nargis, her hand alone. Arranged marriages, that's Nargis, that's her hand. Those divination rugs where people would get them in ancient Persia as gifts, wedding gifts, and like, this is your mate. She would go ahead and do magic on females doing that. Like, oh, look at these flowers after putting hella period blood in it to switch up marriages. Nargis, that's her hand in creating fucked up bloodlines that will permanently build Okazaki fragments to ensure no one could go to war with them. They created the internet, they're done for. She said, what can I do for you? Stop all of that. Nargis, you clean that up, I'll give you Caesar salad. She didn't even touch her food. She unraveled everything, stopped for a break, found out her baby daddy got out of the dua and he was going to beat her ass and said, okay, kept on working. They all got their mates back too because all of them were manipulated, except for Ithludaisha, because she's the one that created Ethiopia and she's not getting her mate back until she exposes Exohydra, the one that came from space. Thank you. Her hand was the octopus, originally the octopus, and playing with the crystals, because we are crystals. If you're Hebrew, that means you speak in crystal. You speak water, you speak fire, you speak light, you speak crystals. That's what that means to be Hebrew. You bitches think it's like sucking a baby's dick when you're saying, oh, baptism, Hasidics, or playing hella games and starting shit and lying. Oh, so now this is the creation of the internet, right? And this is how they started. This is how they've been doing it. Death and rape rituals. How by traumatizing somebody and they leave their body, they put a magic on them as they're doing it. The witches are watching from space. Then they capture their ka as a server, one of their other bodies that can run magic or whatever type of phytochemicals or whatever, or can connect to the octopus to confuse the octopus after they give us psychedelics. Oh, that's my companion. She wants me to run these functions. And you have no idea. So that's why we're all in jail and suffering in poverty. So white people can, whoa. Well, no, actually. And that's why you see all these stupid hoes like Cardi and Brandy and Stephanie, them so apt to go run with them because they thought that they were going to be like leaders of, won't you stop? Won't you hoes stop? Bitch, sit down. What are you talking about? Because there's a bunch of hood holes that are about to find out I can code a platform where I can get anything for free from Balenciaga because it's in my Akasha because I was an octopus and you brought me down here. I want reparations. That's what we're really talking about, ho. So when we're talking about reparations, what's your octopus and what color is it? Oh, I have an octopus. It's like kind of gray. They started slavery. Oh shit. So which octopuses didn't start slavery? You won't even be able to find that out. Well, you can. It depends. What color is your octopus? What color is your iguana? What federation are you from? If you're not the 6 federations on the planet that got dragged down here for slavery, including Kemet, you're not getting reparations. Whoops. Ooh, fuck. Yeah, well, yeah, because that reparations conversation can't go forward because I'm sitting right here. Why? Because Kemet, because National Archive and white people being from space and coming in the Civil War and once again, Brian Kemp, I've seen you before. Yeah, I know. And it's all in my head. I think about it. What? The story of Jane Pittman, that high priestess. And I know Imhotep and talked about that in her book. Whoa. And once again, in the why during slavery, why talking about the Bible, but not Kemet? Thank you. So now, why is it Kemet and whoa? And who's sitting right there in what they're calling an Egyptian? That's a fucking cyborgia from the family of David. The new ones from the family of Solomon are playing in Russia. Right, he was like half his father's size, and he was playing with pedophilia and incest and kufai sai. So, anyways, like just nonsense. And Sheba is Ikruftai Sai, Ikrudisha that I mentioned from Ethiopia. That's Sheba, Ikrudivsha from Ethiopia. That is Sheba. That's how they started that bullshit. Thank you. She had kids by him. That's what they call Haile Selassie Kasahun in there. Thank you. So now, from the Ethiopian royal family, we accept you and we bring you in and we want to know about this coding. Yes, I priest. There's a few holes that need to die. Anyone talking about that they're from the royal lion family and you don't have an Ikuku fight and you can't name your penny and what type of gold you are and what happened to Armidas? Don't talk to me. Thank you. Because all you hoes set him up over that red ruby to sleeves. Stop playing with my brother, bitch. Stop playing with me. So I told you Armidas is my cousin. We're both Hebrew. Right. That's my brother. Right. So exactly. Yeah, his dad is listening to this. What is there to talk about? Right. Wow. So anyways, these are the type of coding languages that we're putting out, the Chem Plus, right? So this invokes like archetypes that are organized by the tarot. What are you talking about, Daisy? So remember when I was putting all these books out about tarot? And though she's crazy, she's schizophrenic. And oh, do you know that tarot is like the original coding system for coding databases? So no one knows how to do that by me because I own tarot on the planet because it's from Kemet. So Patsy is a Black woman. Let me pull this up. Patsy went to Pratt College, Pratt Art School, because art is a type of divination. Yeah, a Black woman drew. Whoa. This is gonna get somebody clapped, and smacked out, period, for people finding out that a Black woman drew tarot cards. What the fuck? Yeah. Her name is Patsy. She went to Pratt College. Who gave her the ability to do that if it's locked in the Kasha with Kemet, Imhotep and Imhotep, which is why OTO Golden Dawn was like, oh, we're in Kemet now. Thank you. Stop playing games. Yeah, they had, look at the Forgotten Woman of Tarot, Patsy. I posted this on my wall. People got hella mad. Pamela Coleman Smith. She was part white and part yeah, Black British. Yep, and she lived in Brixton. She knew the high priestesses, the Britons that destroyed the steampunks, and that stupid ass like Broad Street Pump. She was there for that. They fucked up the timelines. She was here twice. Her mom was here for that. There's something about them going back and forth on boats from Jamaica to the UK. And how did the Irishman get? And she's free in the States. You're not paying attention to how you keep on exposing history. Pamela Coleman, the Rider-Waite deck, the first tarot deck. She drew like the first tarot deck that we had our hands on. This Kemetic tarot deck that I use, this is from Kemet. They let them have it so they can expose it there from space. The guy that did this tarot deck, this deck right here, the guy that did this was like, oh, okay, I'll put this deck out so I can show people who started all this nonsense with aliens. Eight of Swords, they're in jail. This deck too, let me show you this. Thank you. This deck too, the Book of Doors, this is not really a divination deck. Like, if you understand like Kemet divination, it's not really that. It organized a bunch of archetypes, but they exposed the Cushites and the Hittites. The Cushites, if Kadisha, yeah, the one I just talked about playing games with Solomon in them, Ikrudaisha, it's like when you're saying their names, You could say ikrudaisha. It's just really like a specific force of physics that they all carry. So I could say ikrudaisha, ikrudainisha, and ikrikaisha, and it's still the same person because it's like what level of the force of physics, because that's hyperdimensional. So you can call me Desai, but people also call me Priski, but my other name is Vivi Konkwaisai. So people know that that's just Daisy. There you go. And if you say Dicey, then you know that you're playing with several levels of chaos, and that's Kemet still. So that's who I am, and you're playing with my face. Thank you. And that's Imhotep, and you saw that, and you're like, oh, let me just bring that. Let me just help you. Since you, there you go. There you go, Book of Doors. This one also too, they all went to jail. There was a dog that used to live in the Mission District. His name was like Nigel. A Rhodesian, it's like a Rhodesian lion dog. They binded somebody's spirit to that dog to keep him on the planet. And I had a picture of that dog and I sent it to the police, and that all of them got arrested. And that dog has a new home now. That's the type of magic that they play with. So, anyways, wow. Where's our serpent? Right. People only care now about this so they can code. But you've been playing with people of color, slaughtering our kids, raping us, and doing hella shit. And now, only now that you want to play on the computer, it doesn't matter. That's hella sad. That's why you don't have anything. You're an atheroid. Please, you've been banished by an undibai. It's a bunch of disgusting ass people like on the internet. I can't wait for them all to die. It's a bunch of bitches dying. So Pamela Coleman Smith, right? So she was the first one. Ooh, Pimlico. We're just talking about Pimlico and also Pimlico with Ticonderoga. Thank you. That's going to come up again. Sorry, Pimlico is the name of actually a native tribe, and they were in London. The funny thing is, Pimlico, that tribe, they're connected to the Mahashanit, but there are people in between that got captured. This is gonna come up again. That's hella funny. Central London, there we go. Made the writer wait deck, and why? Because Imhotep and Imhotep are like here. This is divination, Akasha. It doesn't matter, and they just brought this down. Thank you. There's something that happens where people get kidnapped in space to make tarot decks. Ooh, because how do you connect it to the divination channel? To be used in, so you mean to tell me that tarot cards are being made in space and I'm getting captured and other people so that Brandy and Host can play? Yeah. And they know that. Whoa. And they thought like, well, that bitch is suffering out there, so whatever, she thinks she's on planet Earth, then okay. What? So anyways, create environments, create databases, meaning that I can create like any system. I can like make a new Windows today. I can make like a whole new GoDaddy tomorrow. I can do like all of that. Bypass environments, create environments, trigger and guide events, automate processes, like all of that, right? So with this one, trigger and guide events, I can code a database where like there's like a sentience in the database, like watching and scanning things, like and alerting you, like sending text messages to your phone and a bunch of stuff like that. Like, how did you even know that? Because there's a sentience in there. They can't do that on the computer. Why? Because they did it in space and they used it to rape everyone's kids. And then take pictures of everyone naked and like molest people and like stick their finger on different apparatuses and cameras in like the high priestess vagina. Right. Oh, okay. How did that happen? So when you walk from one planet to another, they put like some like layer on you and like take like a screenshot of like your body. Then they like use a substance of an octopus that says, oh, I have your image and I can just merge this to your physical form if I have your image. That's how they do spell. Now you see how magic, but didn't I tell you that why would you pay $600 to play if you already, that's what you get. Thank you. So then Chem Quadro. This is like Chem and then Quadro system. The Quadro system is Aztec, right? And I'm Azteca. Why? Because I fought chemical warfare. That's what it means to be Azteca. Oh, I just thought like you were cute and had long hair and like looked Mexican, but you're supposed to be actually indigenous, which means a certain level of mental. So the Chem Plus system, right? Bypass environments, create them seamlessly, don't require like it to be on a server for upgrades and stuff like that, all this type of stuff, right? With the Chem Quadro, what you do with that, it's like memory capacity, letter and number randomization. Like, oh, I can use this Quadro system, like I showed you, and make like number randomization to make credit cards. Ooh, I can standardize systems like the terabyte or the gigabyte system, that type of thing. Symbolic system coding, using letters to invoke scientific forces. So that's another thing I could do with this Chem Quadro. Like, oh, I can use the Chem Quadro to invoke portal functions around this bacteria. Then with the Daisy system, which has that in there too, but it's like fun too, I could get like a specific type of like growth factor and sequence to go inside the portal functions, and then like as it's working in there, you see it in the bacteria, on the camera, on the cells, in your tracking device or whatever, and then I can actually bring down the higher mother or sister of that bacteria. So this is how we're going from like necrotizing fasciitis, right, flesh-eating disease, to where it like goes through your body and eats at your muscles and your bones. Yeah, well, no, actually, right. And then here we have the Quadro system. So then we have the Quaddle system, and this is for tightening strings, loops, and environments. Extreme system security, using higher coding like stored in the portal functions that make hacking impossible. Because why? There's like a sentience in there. And what if it's a warfare priest that just knocks your head off? That's actually way better, right? So like Trojan and like, oh, like that type of stuff, that's like playing with in space. Like I'm high priestess and now I have a speech for air demon. Now, also, there's something about like an error not populating properly on the front screen because there's a code in there to like make the error code populate as something else in the front, so you don't see what they're doing. And this is why thousands of kids went missing. Thousands of kids got kidnapped, raped, and murdered and went missing. And then were forced to like watch the video of it all day because of Stephanie and them. Because they recorded it. And a few rappers, like I said, got into some of these white men phone and wow. Because somebody was sending out information and pictures and shit like that. So you bitches better be ready for when these niggas, these other niggas get out of jail this week and next week. And some of these females and ask about their kids. And those videos are all going around. Wow. Then you have the DAISY system. This is for like chemistry, programming phytochemicals, DNA, and bacterial life, right? So I can program like the chemicals of like a plant. So let's say, for instance, like in cannabis, THC is a phytochemical. So I can actually up the phytochemical like of any cannabis plant, right? Like individual joint or whole crop or whole land, right? So I can add or remove growth factors and add DNA sequences. I can increase, alter, or remove cellular or molecular layers with this coding program, and you guys already saw it. But how does this work on your phone though, or how does this work on your computer? They pick a tether, a camera. By working with the hardware and software and the programming in between, I can attach like a Quaddle loop to like a 34-bit phone or 64-bit phone, like in a memory file, and then I'm in your phone. And then from there, I can like up all of the functions of your camera so that your camera can do stuff like microscopy, like shit that costs like thousands of dollars, a microscope, or X-rays, and put out all the X-ray technicians, or get accurate shit. Like it will circle something and say, oh, this is not like it will say, oh, this is not like a tumor or something like that. There's like 3 etheric layers that you need to look at in database number 6, which is universe number 108, to get the accurate like diagnosis, like stuff like that, which is going to change medicine. No one's getting any of this until all these white men die for playing with those kids. Period. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth functions, you can work on the technology that like programs Wi-Fi and programs Bluetooth in the phone and in servers. And then you can like have like a specific server and database network internally, which is what they do now to run certain things, right? Like off the Wi-Fi network. But then there's also like that Starlink that like ties all of our phones together and drains our data and drains like the memory and our battery of our phone so that white men can get free Wi-Fi to play with pedophilia and child pornography online and like not get caught. And then they're charging hood niggas saying that you did this. Look at your IP address. Yeah, but you're playing with the technology to like make it look like that. I've heard of that. Oh, okay. Well, we'll leave you alone. Because I'm octopus. Screen functions, the light of your screen, or like the touch functions. So how, when you touch your screen on your phone, how does that then connect to the software that lets the hardware know to light it up? We play with that. That's how they hack your phone. Chemicals and chips, like the chips and hardware in your phone, all of that, because even light is a chemical sequence. Yeah, they just don't know that. I can write out the chemical sequence for any type of light, fluorescent light, computer light, phone light, all of that. And because of like it's compressed in like 13 by 5 in your screen or whatever by whatever, I can go ahead and now, yeah, I can go ahead now and look what I can do. Play in your phone and do all the other bullshit and bring different type of chemical servers. But this is how we can make that chemical bank, where you can take a picture of your necklace or your gold and be like, oh, let's scan and analyze. This is 24 carats. Okay. You get a free upgrade. Okay. How many times can I cash out on this one gold necklace? Oh, it's worth $700 and I can cash out 3 times because of the 3 etheric layers. Thank you, queen. Ooh, yeah, white people weren't going to give you that, bitch. The most you were going to get is like a pair of shoes and like a baby out of Escot. And why is the baby coming out already? It grew big. Okay, well, he didn't really believe it because I got big too fast. He thought I hit it from him. Okay, she's pregnant. Oh, she still got shot. Right. Database server architecture, and this is what we're talking about with the tarot, right? And then Boolean loops, right? This is like the tether because they already exist. Boolean loops and strings. Loops, strings, and holes. And holes are created when you have specific functions that are supposed to like automatically create like databases around them or query or like some type of function to like make sure that they are being like managed, have an error code type of like syntax to it, like where they can produce like, okay, what's the error code because of this, and can like maintain itself based off of like Boolean loops going and like the platform like self-adjusting and upgrading itself. That's how they hack people's phone and computer and start a bunch of shit. with this Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, it's where if you're on the connection, if you're on the same Wi-Fi or same Bluetooth or infrared or whatever the fuck server, right, or database, they can go in and out of your computer or whatever your files just by like, oh, well, I'm only an administrative assistant. Okay, but why are you using your at-home computer and not your work computer? Oh, so I can get into your server and go play with the Daily with Tiffany and get into everyone's like files and start a bunch of bullshit because I'm a stupid bitch eating human meat. Is starting shit. So microphone and speaker, same thing too. And also too, this is where we can, with the microphone and speaker, where we can actually like add a specific type of quaddle loop to the memory files of the microphone and speaker, like the data files. Then what we can do is add like specific coding for like white noise or pink noise. And you can always have your phone carrying a specific vibration to ground certain like app information or functions down in apps. This is how they were playing in space off of kidnap, rape, and murder. Thank you. They do it like normally. Stupid ass bitch. Thank you. Hoes die every day playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. So now these are some of the examples of the things that we can have, right? I talked to you about that memory, like a scan app where you take a picture of somebody and I want to see what dimension they're in or what iguana they got and shit like that. Whoa, and what clones they got. Because I heard Lady London got hella clones. Yeah, she does. Her mom is from space. That's Ikru Dive Shy. That's her hand playing with those holes and bringing them from space. She was like an iguana. They're not Ethiopian. They are what you call ear. They could have been Igbo. Right. Right. So how did they get out of ear? Because they were playing in everyone's ear, literally. Okay. And isn't she doing that now? Talking about, I'm a rap. Whoa. Because they've been doing rituals on hella people. They go to jail. They send high priestesses to jail that know how to rap and stuff like that. And then they get lyrics from jail or play with them in magic. Haha, I know you in else place. Look at your iguana self. I had her set up. Bitch, what? Man, you hoes are fucking. Just kill that dirty ass bitch. Fuck are you talking about? Excuse my language, LinkedIn. I'm tired of the drama and the nonsense of people's kids going missing. And then when I expose this online with Robin and them starting out the shit, two little boys popped up in the Hudson River, right outside of Harlem, or right outside of Harlem. Yeah. So it's like about this like manual. You guys can go in and like read a lot of this stuff and see these feathers. That's how the code comes down. Some of you guys are like, this sounds too long. So that's all you do. That's all you do. We own the internet. I can just break it. Everyone like will lose their job or shit like that too, and they'll capitalize on the chaos. So we're killing a bunch of white people, and then like and ratchets and karmics, and then we're letting people know that this is still going because white women think they're gonna play with a bunch of people of color so they can get vaginas all at once to glamour black men that will still not want them, men of color, and to play with people's kids that still want nothing to do with them, and only landing right back with Hanifis and banished motherfuckers that still don't want them either because they realize like, why would you have sex with your father and then come have sex with me though? That's not really what that is. It's like a gift. We're just anymore. So let's have fun. Right. So let's now prove that this works. Let's have fun. Let's play with chemicals. Okay. I know something chemical. Yeah. Hi, sister. Indian sister. She's so funny. I know something Southern. She's hilarious. Yeah. And yeah. And she's like, I will say this. Just watch out the Mississippi Masala, okay? And stop playing games out here. Let's look into this. Where's that Google Doc? Anyway, oh, ah! What is this? What's that? Some in a photo or video, you know what that looks like. Yeah, don't stop it. Watch my comments now. Oh, so let's play with spell word, right? So now they were starting shit, and no one's doing this. Nah. There's not a single person that's gonna do this. Like just for you, if you want to like, you know, if you get a certain work in right, do that. No, it has to be their hand that act. Akasha. That's how this got started. That's why they have no food. That's why they're running back and forth as sex workers and imploding fucking government so they can start hella shit with hood niggas. Just so I can see if he's mate, so that he can come somewhere and play with your car, like goofy ass bitch like that. I have a copy of you somewhere else and play with your daughter to make a nigga physical. So they can like say, well, that's what these old stuff you're gonna be doing. They be also daddy, Josh Shahidi about federal agent at the FBI. She bought one, two of them. She had one of them in Brixton, bitch. All those white women, they were paying to go have sex with it, bitch. My baby daddy clapped the fuck out of all those hoes. It's a nightmare right now in UK. Just stay in the house. That's all I can say. Yeah, because Vivi Con nice wife, she's not playing with you. Period. And Vivi Con Vivi Con Quite, yeah. Her name is really rapid. Vivi Con Krisha. Yeah. She's not fucking playing with all the name of Serpents. Like some of the different I've seen. Whoa, the high priestess is not fucking playing. Yeah, she's really not playing. Here. Yeah, this one is high priestess. My name is this one is she said my name is Kukuko Fweisai. I'm from universe number Aquatic 833. I am one of the lions. My job is to assist the highest lions. Up there, I handle specific functions of coordinating, like portal functions that can get like large machinery from here to here. That's what SpaceX is looking for. Yeah, let's screenshot this and go play with magic with the crazy ass serpent that's trillions of years old that speaks hella different languages. And it's like hella big my size just because I think I'm a white man on planet Earth and molesting people's kids or licking your nipples from afar. It's gonna keep you quiet and starting hella shit in your apartment. It's gonna get you there. Thank you. By the way, there's 3 kids missing on my block, one in my apartment. So because they thought they were gonna play with the computer. Wow, you're so fucking this one, this high priest is pretty that's her name. What does she handle? She handles chemical functions for poisonous plants and water plants. All right, so let's keep on going, you guys. Yeah, they're gonna try to like block this and stop this, and they can do whatever the fuck they want, but there's really not like much that they're doing. They're waiting for me, talking about we're gonna make her body into Chiong and I'll eat her arm and I want part of the brain and it needs to have this herb and good. Now we have our solution. That's what the fuck they thought they were gonna be doing. So now what happens is like, oh, why police reports and lawyers and oh, well, we thought we were going to be getting this and that because a white woman thought she was going to pay like $60,000 and get my vagina. Now I'm in Kemet. Now I can go sleep with her husband. Now see, I'm now the mate. Did you notice anything different about me? What are you talking about? Oh, because they thought that they switched my baby daddy's brain with the clone bitch using whale magic. Let me show you what that looks like because the dolphin has 6. That's why your baby daddy, why are we together today and not some, whoa. Why would I think of my other BM and you did what? And this is how they fracture the fuck out of people. This is what starts. Why would I go to that? Next thing you know, look at it. Boom. Look. We have one of these in our aquatic companion. They do what? A black magic that what? Makes your mind switch back and forth because your aquatic companion is confused and on a psychedelic or captured. Then the aquatic companion runs what? Water functions through your brain, especially if you are a water sign. And then what? The next thing you know, you're confused unless you see it and block it. So a bunch of white bitches went playing with me and my baby daddy like that because Stephanie and then we're playing with magic. So they were used as a friend while they were playing with him behind the scenes like, oh, put in the whale brain in number 1 that he will like only white women. In number 2, he's attracted to this part of her body. In number 3, that he doesn't like this part of the black woman's body because he likes number 2. That's what they were doing. Whoa. And that's how they started this shit, bitch. That's how they got this shit started. I promise you, when you see what they got in laboratories and museums, I'm going to the aquarium. And when you go to these different science, let me go see what they're doing with state-funded dollars. And when you are in LA and you go to the California Space and Science Museum and see that Inca exhibit, whoa, that they brought from space, the fake ass Maya exhibit, which is just Incas. Inca with 8 Qs. It's INQQQQQQA. Inca. When you see that shit, you're gonna be like, you're playing in space and you're playing with people of color. Where's our money at? Ask Gavin Newsom. Because he thought, oh, well, after starting a big ass gang war because he has 2 Spanish baby mamas and beefing cartels, because it's something that the Middle East started in 1912 to try to become Spanish again. After getting kicked out for starting slavery, whoa, so they can write the language of boom, boom, bombs, and chemicals, astrology. Thank you, Madagascar, he's telling the truth, right? So then what ended up happening here was this is what they do. You have your brain and there's like an etheric layer here that grounds like that specific type of interface. So it's like 8 portals around your head and bitches are filling it with magic. That's how people are getting sick and going crazy. That's what white women were doing the whole time. That's why someone said you should have your money by now, which proves that a white woman is sitting somewhere playing with a black man, or a white man is sitting somewhere playing with a brown or black child with his dick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's why it's still going on. If I come online, it's still on. What are you looking for? Another white woman dies. If I come on here tomorrow and this is still on, another bitch in the cartel dies because she's actually a pretty old alien. If I get on here the next day and I still don't have my money, just know that they're looking for somebody's vagina. If I get on here and another nigga hears that, he's gonna start just killing hella people, and that's it. He can't go to jail. Because why do you have a vagina in your freezer? These hood niggas set these hoes up. That's what they do when they freeze it and like, oh, I have my gift and try to find a surgeon off taxpayer dollars. That's why. Thank you. This orca, this priestess, whoa, she has no fucking time to play with it, baby. Yeah, this high priestess, look at her face. She's not fucking playing. She did so much magic in space. We sunk so many ships. We yesterday, and I wrote it down in my notebook. Right? I wrote it down in my notebook because the aquatic being said, priestess, we're tired of the drum because it impacts them too. They're very intelligent. This high priestess is several years older than me, so I respect her. Yeah, she's cute and okay, but she's still like very powerful. She's a high priestess. She's older than us. It's like our grandma. She said that she's tired of the fucking drama and seeing all this bullshit with these kids, so she started doing hella magic. Ships then got rerouted. Whoa. Motherfuckers then got lost at sea. Oh well. Coca boats then got rerouted because of those Pablo Escobar hippos, and oh fucking well. So now what ended up happening now, well, no, actually, so now because they won't stop, we decided the hawks, the eagles, and the sky birds, the sky animals, the vultures, etc. We're gonna set people up. The koalas, we got them on like treetops, hitting people up in the cartel, Australia and New Zealand. We got the kangaroos beating people the fuck up, jumping people. Yeah, someone got jumped by the side of the road. Yeah, by some kangaroo. She was like, "Are you acting black now?" Yeah. He was like, well, no, actually, yeah, because he talks. Whoa, when he's hella professional, has kids, and bitch, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't find my food on this island. So now you're talking about meat and a pollo campero and ribs. Let me go get my gun. Yeah, and they got posable thumbs. Let me put a spell on the kangaroos. You will be able to use your like posable thumbs. Ooh, and then gun warfare. Yeah, they picked up sticks and shit like that. Yvonne Straboski, she knows they pick up sticks and they will fight. Well, let's put spell work on them. And I want to put that 9-4 Jones on them, or let's give them that Chicago Blues, or let's give them that East Oakland sideshow. Some like, you know how they used to pop pills, whatever. We'll just give them chemical sequences. They won't mind. So let's go and play with that. This high priest, yep, he's ready for posable phone. He's ready for posable thumbs and to get on the phone. Chemical sequences, and he's ready for a new growth factor to just make him like just more Aries. And one of you guys is going to get an Aries placement in your Akasha. Thank you. He's ready for warfare. And now sticks and stones, and here high priest food right here, because somebody then decided, let me take this off the dream machine. Yeah, that's him. That's how they go to war with this. Yeah, by stopping their food and starting shit. Right? What the fuck? That's hella bitter and disgusting. Then setting them all on fire because one of them tried to have sex with a female kangaroo and her baby daddy, and then mobbed on the house. And we're like, what is this? And she just pointed her hand, and they said, wait, what? How did that happen? Yeah. Posable thumbs? Whoa. Yeah, the rabbit. Oh, baby. They still get on that phone and just hear dexterity. Okay. The high priestess said, I don't have thumbs, but can I get an extension? Yeah, I can give like hand extensions to the animals. Like, it's like if you have like an aquatic companion or like a rabbit or whatever, or serpent, and you're a good person, they get like hands and they can play in your phone and like whatever you have, they have. So they love that. So she's gonna get like an extension of hands. She's trying to reach somewhere. Yeah, go talk to that priestess there and you stop playing games. So they decided, let's sink a bunch of ships. If you want to start shit, oh well, let's get people clapped out. So yesterday we said that the high priest of the eagles and the hawk, they're gonna also play with that ancient bird that looks like an owl called the krukuki. It lives like in Spanish America, Spanish and Indigenous America. And they said, okay, we'll reroute, we will reroute private planes. We got 3 planes to the islands. There you go, congratulations. We found 2 planes that were stranded. We found a Jeep that was stranded in the Mato Grosso, got it to Brazil, because they're helping us, the sky animals. And we crashed a plane in Houston. And I'm gonna show you guys how quick this happened. Wait, what? Yeah, we did. Yeah. Yeah, these animals are not playing, bitch. You're doing what? You're putting what in the sky? I don't know if you saw this, but there was like a few videos. It was 2 of eagles falling into the water. And that's when people knew that that's not okay because what's going on with the planet? That's when the blasting people. French Montana playing with a specific type of magic. Like it's like a specific type of like it's for birds that do like messaging and like they fight warfare, like collecting messages and information, using it for spy magic. So French Montana's brother AR came and was like, oh, okay, hey, I want you to use this. Yeah, Eagle Eye. And he was like showing people this is what they were doing was spy magic because I'm a medium. And they opened up a big ass portal. And that's how French Montana got caught up. Yes. And that's why they're hella beefing and fighting, starting shit. Right. It's just a bunch of dirty assholes in space. Blood ass, you always hella overweight, usually period blood and feces everywhere, running from place to place, talking about mate and playing with spell work and starting shit with everybody on behalf of the white aliens using them. And they got exposed. Chris Ray was the biggest one and Gavin Newsom. They both were being ran by Andrew Jackson. Thank you. There we go. Look, winds flip small plane upside down at Hooks Airport. What? Yeah, and but wait though, when you see the news story, that's when you're gonna get hella mad because these animals are really setting people the fuck up because you're hella disrespectful, cutting up the ears of a high priestess rabbit, thinking that it's gonna like help you play with me with sex magic and start hella shit at your job. What the fuck? But now I have secrets playing with rabbits like that gorilla in them. Yes, that's what they were fucking doing. These rappers, they're all going to jail. What is that behind her? 37. Hey, said, have you seen my hand or what? Yeah, the high priest said, have you seen my hand? He's tired of it. What the fuck? He has kids and all kinds of shit going on. He's a grandfather. He's a high priest in space and you're playing with these animals like that and starting shit with National Geographic. Time where we're gonna have animal porn. You already did that. It's called furries and PETA. The fuck? Like, we don't know what you got going on over there. You're hella dishonorable. Let me show you what they got started. Yeah, this high priest really clapped that plane. He said, I'm just gonna show you how we started. Because we like to show out, right? Because I'm an Aries. Then we're gonna show you how we buzz back and clap at you hosts. So that's my son too, talking because he set some bitches up. And another thing that we need to talk about too is because we were talking about this and it came to life, right? You see it? I know you see it. I'm like, bam, bam, jump that bitch tonight, jump her tonight. We had a list of 48 holes that need to get jumped, right? Like immediately, and it has to be critical. So the gorilla warfare, the shark warfare, the octopus warfare, the bear warfare, the lion warfare, the tiger warfare, the rabbit, crazy ass warfare, suavecita warfare. The panther warfare, the jaguar warfare, the eagle and the hawk with the warfare, and the guacatazi and the warfare. 6 bitches have already got jumped, one is dead. Just keep on playing. This list we made yesterday. So just know that you will really get clicked and clapped playing games on that computer. So let's play with spell work. Look at her eyes. She's like, wow, because she heard about it. Like, oh, shit. Yeah, I can get hit. Right. So now let's play with chemicals in the periodic table of elements. Right. So, right. There's like somewhere a pedophile like sitting on the computer with his dick out because he thinks like, that's what's going to give him spiritual powers. Thank you. That's why everyone's kids want me to sing. Right. So stupid bitches like Stephanie can say, see, I told you I was spiritually powerful. Oh. Right. Right. Here, let me show. Okay, so let's get into the chemical warfare. So now one of the things that we're going to be doing here, I'm just going to show you like a daisy system, right? Right, because being a chemist is actually a type of divination. Because if you can have access to all these type of chemicals, then why would God give it to? Oh, okay, thank you. Right. So American Chemical Society, they also stole my work and we're playing other games. I did like a presentation, I think it's here or AICS, or they may have renamed themselves. There's a lot going on with organizations and companies renaming themselves because of what they got involved in playing with me in virtual reality, because everyone's just finding out you put a Black woman in virtual reality because you thought you were gonna have sex with her against her will so she can code for you. Well, yeah, we just thought that. Well, yeah, come on, she's Black. Yeah, she is. So are you. I'm not, I'm dark, but that doesn't mean they're different than us. That's why hella Indians got deported. So, well, now actually, let's start playing with spell work. So let me see. Invoke a specific type of when an individual has their mind turned into a specific type of like element that is not a hard metal, but likened to something that's like a lot like lava substance, like a metalloid, malleable, but very etheric because their mind is always changing, but there's always sorrow in the changes. Okay, I know what that looks like. Let's do that for Matt Haney. And what I'm going to give him is C. I'm going to get the carbon, yeah. CH can be together, they'll be 8. And then I'll O4, that creates like an inversion for a composite to be binded. And then I need lithium. I'm gonna do lithium 24. And then I need, I'm gonna use xenon, perfect, because that's gonna give me like the destabilization in the air intelligence that constantly cycles like those feelings over and over and over and over again. But because xenon can eat through your nervous system, it creates you a new nervous system where you can't like help but feel like that. Because that's the way I feel about you. That's Southern. That's Bobby Womack. He's messy. It's actually Sam Cooke. Thank you. That's the way I feel about you. That's Sam Cooke. Now you see how that's the way. I just changed the chemical sequence a little bit. Well, I wish he didn't trust me so much. He waited years to put that song out. He's still messy. So, anyways, right? So we have that. And then I'm going to use xenon 36 because what I want to do is when the lithium and the xenon bind down to this as the base, now you see how to rewrite chemicals and why everyone's playing in my phone because they thought they were going to try to play with this and then like gas a bunch of people of color and start shit. Didn't you do that already? It's called Savitri Devi. Oh, yeah, I wrote a paper about this bitch and like a few other hoes playing games in India and playing games with Hitler. Monfieur, wait. How did she die in 1982? And oh, woo. So Anandi Bai's work is okay. Damn. And you woo, woo, woo. And you woo, woo, woo. And you woo, woo, woo. A warning to the Hindus about what? Memories and Reflections. Look, Defiance, Monfieur. Yeah, that's one of her books. The goddaughter of Hitler. She was supposed to be a chemist playing games in India. That's why India ended up like falling off like that because they got these bad pots. Oh, these are really cheap, but they were nathoroids. They were filled with the badass metal that like weaved into their body and destroyed them, a lot of them mentally. That's why Indian people are very ratchet like that to their own people. You're hella dark. You're acting like that? Her face is like all over the place. Dark-skinned Indian woman. There's like a woman that they always have her photo around. She's dark-skinned Indian. These are the people that they sacrifice to play with, all of them. We look just her. That's Celine Pepper. Yeah, her hand. This is Celine Pepper. She set these people up. Yeah, you can see. Wow. These sisters right here. Yeah, all of them. She's Agravandwa. This is Dravidian. This is Ardavasi. Yes. This all DMT though, but DMT Kukulkwazar for warfare because they had to deal with drama. They look for those women in and out of India to sacrifice them. You guys are so disgusting. Some of you guys have seen this like lady, like dark skin, like Indian woman just walking. She doesn't know people took a picture of her. Yeah, that lady, she's our Gwandaval. They brought her from space to sacrifice her. She like lives in different caves because she can't survive in India without like people wanting to sacrifice her because of her skin. Look at this nonsense. That's 2 different people. Don't do that. Please just enjoy being dark. I did. That's why I have what I want. You think that I should suffer because I'm dark and I am okay with that? And you think God gave me something because I didn't disrespect myself or my people. That's so sad. Yeah, quiet. This hand in the serpent. This is Ikrikitisha. Yeah. Ikrikitisha, she's a serpent. Yeah, the original serpents are women. We turn back and forth and have like our bodies. And if you do stupid things and you get banished, you can't die as a serpent. So people kill them all the time and they get their body right back. It's a treacherous way to live. But if you're a serpent and you fall off, that means you chose, bitch. That means you chose. You chose because everyone knows what we get as serpents. So why are you playing like that? Right, yeah, another one, Argavandwa. Sacrificed. Same DMT spectrum. Sacrificed. Yep. This is the one that fell off. Playing with those pots and pans. Yeah, cause that. This one is Prikitisha. Yeah. Yes, Prikitisha. That's what they call them, Prikitisha. This one is Serprantiniti. She's gorgeous. Again, half of Agravandwa, mainly Dravidian. Thank you. And destroyed these people, creating caste system. Thank you. That's why India doesn't have shit, and Modi's running a fucking muck with suicide magic. Good, keep playing. I think it's called the Ganges River. That was a server. The Nile was a server. Yeah. Go put a bunch of shit in that water if you want to. You already did, and that's why it doesn't work. This lady, this is so funny. She's actually Nigerian. Yeah. Yeah. But you couldn't tell until, oh, Indian people are off, just like Dominicans and other people that practice racism. And that's not even racism or internalized, it's just like delusional. Let me help you with chemical sequences. So then I got the lithium here, I got xanin. The lithium will actually create a destabilization because the person that we're putting it on is already an aetheroid. But lithium's actually ran by the specific intelligence of Libra. Because so they have Saturn and Libra and a few other placements, it's gonna go fucking buck. Let me get something else ratchet in here. I think I want to play with an actinide. Thorium is pretty good because thorium, right? Like what it does is when you put thorium with any type of element, it fractalizes it, destroys its molecular sequence, and then puts a bunch of natheric like binding points there, like free form binding points, which would be in like in a pentagram shape. Then what ends up happening is whatever else goes with thorium, like it can continue to get broken down and destroyed. But those like in the molecular layer, right, where thorium went to go store its databases to then program the whole entire chemical molecule, you can go ahead and program like whatever you want, but of an etheric reality. This is where you get like cheap metals and stuff like that. Like thorium, it breaks apart like fine metals, so you can like properly mix it with like good metals, and it won't like show in between. So you guys know what to look for. This is like really for gold, thorium. So let's put that in there too, thorium. I'm gonna put thorium in there. Let me see what's its chemical sequence. It's okay, chemical sequence. Thorium, and I'm gonna put that at like 46, just so it can just be like unstable, because I created a portal function by having, you know, 8, 4, 24, 36, right? And then the 46 throws it off and makes it a kamazat. So let's put that on him since they have nothing better to do but sit here and how are your nipples today? I'm a politician, no one's gonna catch me, no one cares, you're black, like, and then going to meetings about like allyship, can you please leave, we don't feel safe around you. Oh, right. And then there's like your semen showing up in like hella kids all throughout the United States, Matt Haney. And your dad too. So anyways, for the federal agents that I know that they use this and I work with them, make sure that if anything happens with this video monetization, anything, arrest them today because they already told you to. That's coming next. Thank you. Yeah, and I swear to God, Imhotep, that faggot, hey, Imhotep, you're not doing your job, actually. You're not, because I'm not satisfied in people in these ass whoopings. So either somebody's doing something or I'm not seeing something. Somebody died? Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, actually. So let's start with that. Perfect. So let's start with Stephanie, since she always wants ass shots and starting too much shit. Ugh. By the way, Stephanie is getting deported because she lost her asylum. Thank you, Lita. So let's start with C. Yeah, C. Let me see. C3, H7. Ooh, that's a portal function. And I'm gonna do O4. But if I do it like lowercase, that means something from upper. Ooh, right? Because chemistry is a divination. So that's why there's nothing on the planet. They are getting it from space by playing with the portal from Mars to Massapequa. Yeah, that was in a Tribe Called Quest song. Bugging out, man, bugging out. Massapequa is where Kriki Faisai lives. Kriki Faisai is also a serpent that destroyed bananas. That's why there's certain bananas that create like a sweet psychedelic. Kriki Faisai, yeah, but Kriki Faisai created a portal from Mars to Massapequa. Literally, Massapequa is a planet in the Mayan Federation. There's like 8 of them, and they're all connected to Zorzai. They created a portal function in a tube that goes from Mars to Massapequa so they can steal everyone's herbs and give it to the white man. Because then from Mars, they just go through like a portal, SpaceX, and then they end up on like the surface of Mars and they get back to planet Earth. From Mars to Massapequa, thank you. Kriki Faisai. Kriki Faisai. Zuquado Nezwai, she's right here too. Aduku Kwan Kai-Fi, he's here too. Whoa, these names, I'm not going to start reading until I talk about twin flames and how they had to use 2 serpents to destroy everybody. Thank you. They're done now. That's why everyone's getting married and getting their mates back. That can't be stopped. These hoes have no business. Thank you. That and I'm going to show you all these YouTube breeders, each and every single last one that's playing with twin flame. Each one of them is playing with the banished serpent. They never had a serpent. The banished serpent runs them. Like Quietest Revolution, she's run by Nargis. Nargis is actually worst enemy. She couldn't even work with that bitch. She's so deplorable. She works with Ikrudun Faishai. Yeah, that's who that they play and playing with twin flame and put a lock and chain here with metal intelligence with two voodoo dolls and start hella shit and doing too damn much. That's her hand. Ikrudun Faishai. Please get away from me. Not Faishai. That's her hand too. Shak to find Taisa. That's her name. Yeah, Azarai Tuai. That's her name. Yeah, there's Budugu Choir. Budugu Choir. That's also her name. They play way too much. They started the internet playing with white men, right? So how did that get started? Because they put them in psychedelics and confused them. So Pliny thought she was talking to her mate. So she created calculus. But these are bad portal functions. That's how they confuse them. You can't do that without using your mate or your children against you. So how are they playing with magic on us on planet Earth? They know something about us in space. From Mars to Massapequa. So if I play with this C3, H7, I'm going to take a lowercase because I want to invoke a portal function. Because if I take a lowercase and then I add the like that, it's saying that an oxygen molecule of 4, that's an etheric, will bind with the oxygen molecule that's also an etheric of 6. Inside and outside. And then I have a way to bind 3 different chemical sequences in one like oxygen molecule. And I can do like 8 things at once in just one body. Now tell me what's nanotech for. So you mean to tell me chemistry is dead. Thank you. So that's, I'm going to put that at 19. Now, Stephanie loves getting her ass done and see everyone silicone all across the world and band-aids and everything from the hospital to start shit. I'm going to put iodine in her body. No. Iodine at what? Let me be like messy. Let's do like 43 because these are unclean numbers. The Virgo's like cringing. Why is it in a sequence? Why is it going up and down? And that's a Kamazat. Oh, I see. Right. These are priestesses talking from space. Why would you be invoking those forces on somebody? Wow. Let's add more. Yeah, these are the chemistry priestesses. And whoa, and yeah, they're black. Bitch. A single one of them is white. Now I see space. So whoa, yeah. But some of yours like, white, are you a fae? Yeah, because I don't even really, or are you Clunk Laborgia? I'm going back to Borg. Whoa. So let's add iodine, because you know, when iodine's supposed to create disinfectant, but when iodine's in this state, they're forced, it gets into your muscles and like changes it to like soy sauce meat. So I think of bistec, like real soft marinated meat. Yeah. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is after I soften her up with the small oxygen, then I'm going to toughen her up with the antimony, because antimony like creates like a beef jerky effect in muscles. But antimony then binds to oxygen and blood and all that stuff to like keep you alive, like by creating a chemical server outside of the, like whatever you're playing with. Now understanding chemicals at all. If you, whoa, antimony is like 3 different chemicals. One of them is an actinide. Yeah. Xenon is like 4 different chemicals. One of them is a zodiac placement. Thank you. Now seeing now, knowing now, dying. Exactly. Just be happy that I did it though. Because you know something Southern now. I did it as well. I don't give a fuck too. Thank you. So now let's put that, the antimony, let's put that in like, ooh, let me see. I was gonna say Nufkraikai. That's like a specific number sequence where bitches get hit with chemicals and they pussy fall out. Actually, let's play with her. Nufkraikai. Nufkraikai. They carry number sequences. Why? Because a serpent is forever. And it's reflected in the fact that they shed the skin, but underneath is their same. And a leopard never changes his spots. He doesn't. Why? Because her portal functions. Oh, why would I change my portals for you? Thank you. He carries number sequences too. That's why they're playing with Usain Bolt and constantly. That's why there's no animals in wildlife. Oh, if we sacrifice it and eat it, then we'll have spiritual powers like the black. Nufkraiti. A sequence that carries the Sikrai, the Sikrai, aka chemical molecule within the Digroi, the Tufakaya, Tufkri Kai Yai. Tufkri Krayai is Jewish, it's Hebrew too, but that's a place where chemicals actually can affect your body. It's there's Tukufayai before it gets to the physical body and like starts changing you, but there's Ugru Dwaifai. That's where the chemical comes in and like, oh, okay, what's place is this? It's only in like light form or geometric form. Then when it gets to the tuku Friday, it's a chemical sequence that can then work with your chemical sequence. That's how chemistry works. So now you're playing with spell work. Whoa, that's karma and akasha. So the sequence that carries the Sikraya chemical molecule within the tuku Friday indefinitely. Thank you. That's what they want to be coding chemical platforms and playing with me though. Nikraita is my serpent. Thank you, High Priestess. Yes. How did I get that? By reading Harry Potter and figuring out that Nagini was actually my daughter. That's my daughter's name, Nagini. And they went to go put my daughter's name in the computer and the TV to say that now your mother is not a priestess because she didn't protect you. What are you saying? So antimony, we're going to do 27. Why? Because the antimony needs to be a little bit less than that iodine. Because the iodine, I need her to like do her job. But the antimony is already stronger than the iodine because it has two specific molecules within it that's of steel and of air, right? That can overpower the iodine. So I put it lesser because she's going to do her job once she's done. Because they're smart. That's how I code it. Chemicals are smart. So I can like write anything and say, oh, I want it to be like this. But because I'm a priestess, I already have all the chemical sequences. So I have like a database that says, I know what you want, ho. That's what you're going to get, whatever. And you're right. And then she just does the functions. That's what you bitches do in the lab, right? That's why you don't know if it's like hydrochloric acid or like chlorohydrophils, some shit like that. Whoa, is it HCl or CLH? And is the H capital or lowercase before I fire you? You don't know. He's not even a chemist. He's a clone. Right. He was like eating out of somebody's ass, like literally, like they were having like sex. And then he was like, now I'm going to go off and be like, why won't you stop it? Yeah, that's Kamala's hand. Stephanie, yttrium? Nah, that's like too, yttrium. Ooh, yttrium though, it will ensure that nothing ever can coagulate here. It's like for making like different like liquids and stuff, and it's like a preservative. Like nothing can ever coagulate here. Yttrium. Let me use yttrium on Stephanie too. Yeah, because what that means is like after you go through iodine and getting turned into like bistec, then you come like back at the beef jerky and you're like, what? Then I'm gonna put this yttrium. This yttrium is gonna tie to like a specific aspect of your intelligence, like your mind, wherein you just then like start to manifest like your like chemical sequences on your physical form mentally. That's yttrium though. That's what it does. But this yttrium needs to come with another oxygen. So let me put a lowercase o with Y. And how do you do that if the oxygen is over here? Does that mean you have to like maybe do like something like this? Yeah, I can do like that in coding. And then I can say O and then get to the which means that this is an extension and database and it's going to carry its own chemical. Thank you. Right. That's why white men are barricading themselves in apartments all around here, kidnapping and raping everyone's kids. So Stephanie and them thought they were going to play with the computer with Kamala Harris so she can glamour hood niggas, have her age and be like, it's not weird that you're in jail and then I'm here to have sex with you and then I'm old. We're just talking about policy. Get the fuck out of my cell, you weird ass bitch. And where's my daughter? Oh, okay. Well, make sure you give him the work. Somebody eating that fucking shit. I'll starve. Here's vegetables and like some like snack packs. Thank you. So, well, actually, how did this come to start? Well, these are my chemistry notes from like 2 years ago. So here, like, scribing and making Pachachua. What is Pachachua? The Mayan zodiac that I just put on my YouTube, which got hella people kidnapped. Oh, we can use the brown ones, and then we'll have get the fuck out of here. I do know how to do that. I scribed out the chemical sequence for all the zodiac signs, but it's not proper because each zodiac sign is existing within deacons and everyone carries it differently. So me with Cancer, like in my Cancer placement, I'm carrying the Cancer placement like several levels above. So let's say for instance you have a carbon in that sequence, you have to in just a regular just general Cancer placement on this planet you're going to be like calcium like number like 8 because cancers are always like above and beyond, right? My calcium is like my carbon for my Cancer placement is at like 28 because I'm in the archegron shape, but because they played with so much magic on me, I had to upgrade my body, my water body. That's why people are getting hella sick and dying like that. So Seven Warmer can go online and say simple.com and like play with everyone's work and start hella shit while everyone in Costa Rica is missing and now he's being identified. So then what ended up happening? Yeah, that's how you write chemical sequences. So I don't even want to talk about it. No one's going to learn any of this. They're putting me in Spy Magic every day so they can play with this. That's your chemical tutorial. I'm going to fuck with her with this one. Then it will carry the yttrium. But the yttrium will then go with the lithium, a negative one. Yttrium, I'll do like at 4. And then the lithium will do at like 8. Make a portal function 7. Thank you. And then this will also like work in conjunction with this. This is saying that you're going to have a break in the chemical sequence when the chemical sequence that's after that works with the chemical sequence in conjunction. Sometimes alone, sometimes together, sometimes in sequences. They will all communicate with each other because I ensured that with the air intelligence having these double portals and just coding it like this. So let me put that on Stephanie and watch her turn into beef jerky or like whatever the fuck that looks like. That's like, why would you do the bistek and the beef jerky? Isn't that like Gemini bipolar? Yeah, exactly. Oh, you put two different intelligent. Whoa, exactly. Thank you, Toronto. That's all I have to say. Just give this to the police and then they'll know what to do. All right. So that's all I have for you guys for our Pistol Quasar tutorial for today. It wasn't going to be long. Me and my baby daddy, we're going to have dinner and talk about how we're going to set more holes up with aquatic beings and animals that supposedly are doing it and not. And let me know those who needs to get arrested. It's actually an eagle. Why the fuck would you tell me that an eagle? Don't ever talk to me again. Thank you. So let's continue, right? Or do you, Drake? Yeah, he's next, please. That nigga is gonna be like, I'm gonna give him the work. So I need to actually like create representation for him. Because for Drake, osmium is involved. Hell, osmium is involved. Iridium is involved. Cadmium is involved, and bitch, zinc is involved. You think I'm playing with you when he's about to go on tour? He's gonna be on stage like stuck like Robin. I did that. I told that bitch she's not bringing that baby onto the planet. So, because my daughter's gonna be here, oh well. So, anyways, by the way, and you're playing with my brother Rocky. And you're playing with my brother Rakim. Sister, I'm gonna give her strontium. Yeah, I'm gonna give her strontium. But just to be stupid, I'm gonna give her number 37 on the periodic table of elements, which is rubidium. Yeah, and that just constantly ensures that you feel like you're like swallowing something hella demonic and like just delusional. Yeah, strontium makes sure that you can carry high heat. So I'm about to activate that Aries placement. She's gonna be like, how can this stop? But I have to keep on going. Whoa! You think that, whoa, but you think I'm playing with you? You think that wow, you think you're gonna play with me? You wanna start the shit with my cousin? Why are you trying to set him up though? You wanna play with him? Oh no. Yep, I'm about to give her borium too. And seaborgium. So she wants to go play with these aliens talking about now we've ascended Rocky. Okay, Robin, where's the money? I'm tired of going in and out of rooms and you're going to weird rooms with men and coming out like smelling weird, Robin. And you're pregnant, Robin. Whoa. Rocky, that's just what we have to do for our family. Pulling up her underwear. Robin, when is this gonna stop? Rocky, don't question. Anyways, you guys, I'm done.